Thank you for taking some time with me today. I'm excited to share with you FatPipe's dynamic real-time SD-WAN solution. A little bit about FatPipe Networks. FatPipe is headquartered in the United States in Salt Lake City, Utah, with offices around the United States and around the world. FatPipe is the inventor of the hybrid WAN, a technology now referred to as SD-WAN. FatPipe has been innovating, evangelizing, and deploying hybrid WAN solutions for more than a decade. With over 10,000 successful customer deployments and the 11 foundational patents with over 180 technical claims, FatPipe is clearly a leader in the software-defined WAN. For more than 2 decades, FatPipe has been about one purpose: making the wide area network more simple, efficient, dynamic, and adaptable for wide area network managers. This passion has manifested itself in the late 90s with FatPipe simplifying WAN routing, in the early 2000s with creating dynamic path control with our products, the MPVPN and Warp, the first software-defined WAN products on the market. In the late 2000s, FatPipe moved into securing the hybrid WAN with multipath security, as well as allowing for selective encryption, taking into account the different network needs of disparate networks. We've continued this with adding more efficiency for real-time statistics, as well as providing centralized single pane of glass management for the network. And we plan to continue this passion well into the future, bringing more security for IoT applications, integrating software-defined WAN with software-defined local area networks, as well as optimizing it for the mobile-enabled workforce. So clearly, FatPipe's all about simplifying, making the wide area network more efficient, dynamic, and adaptable. One area that this shows is our data center to device approach. FatPipe has a holistic vision of providing a single pane of glass management to the wide area network. That includes dynamic, real-time, software-defined WAN, being able to provide for multi-line quality of service, dynamic bandwidth deduction and WAN optimization, enhancing branch security, improving network reliability, all while simplifying orchestration and management with real-time visibility. As I mentioned earlier, FatPipe prides itself in making the WAN extremely adaptable. The same is true with FatPipe's solution stack. This starts with FatPipe Core OS. FatPipe Core OS allows FatPipe to be flexible in the platforms that FatPipe is delivered on, while maintaining a single codebase and interoperability between endpoints. FatPipe can be delivered on our own purpose-built hardware or virtualized on cloud services such as AWS and Azure. FatPipe is available as a virtual machine on leading hypervisors such as those from Nutanix, VMware, Citrix, and Microsoft's Hyper-V. It is also available as a VNF to run on UCPE devices. FatPipe is certified on Wind River's Titanium Cloud platform and AT&T's FlexWare platform. FatPipe is the first SD-WAN solution available on both x86 and ARM-based hardware platforms. Next, the FatPipe Traffic Engine. FatPipe's Layer 2 and Layer 3 traffic engine allows us to interface with nearly any existing network infrastructure. FatPipe can communicate with legacy routing protocols on Layer 3 such as BGP and OSPF. Additionally, FatPipe is unique in our ability to communicate with Layer 2 routing protocols such as SPB, VXLAN, and SDN Fabric. FatPipe can bring SD-WAN even to Layer 2 flat networks. We move up to FatPipe's Policy Engine. FatPipe's Policy Engine allows FatPipe to identify traffic using a variety of techniques. FatPipe can identify traffic using the Layer 3 5-tuple, such as the source destination port or IP address and protocol. FatPipe can identify using DSCP tags, destination URL, and even ADS and LDAP identities. FatPipe has nearly 2,500 predefined applications and even allows customers to create their own custom application definitions. Once identified, FatPipe directs application flows through their appropriate application-specific service chain. FatPipe endpoints are customized with features and bandwidth licenses that are most appropriate for each location. FatPipe endpoints can scale from 10 megabits per second to 40 gigabits per second with features and security sets that are location appropriate. Let us now look at the FatPipe solution architecture. FatPipe solution architecture begins with an intelligent edge device. FatPipe's endpoints are AI-enabled, which allows them to make intelligent decisions on how traffic is to be routed across the network. FatPipe's edge endpoints are trained by the AI engine located in the orchestrator as to how traffic should flow across the network. However, the endpoints have the actual intelligence to make those decisions. Next, we move to smart tunneling. FatPipe intelligently tunnels traffic across a variety of underlays between FatPipe endpoints and out to the cloud. FatPipe's smart tunneling intelligently tunnels applications from FatPipe to FatPipe or across the internet. FatPipe endpoints and smart tunneling are intelligent enough to invoke certain security requirements for certain application types and know whether to encrypt or simply default to the network underlay for getting an application across the network. Finally, centralized orchestration. FatPipe's secure central visibility and AI training engine allows you to train your endpoints through a single pane of glass. FatPipe's orchestrator can be located inside of the customer network, or located inside of the customer's private cloud, or on FatPipe's public cloud. So our orchestrator allows for orchestrating your network regardless of what your organization's security profile looks like. FatPipe's orchestration dashboard is an example of the flexibility and control that FatPipe gives network administrators. FatPipe's orchestrator can be multi-tenant, allowing for multiple customers or multiple customer organizations to be displayed as independent entities, allowing for specific policy templates to be pushed out to specific groups of users, all while maintaining a centralized visibility as well as control plane. FatPipe's orchestrator, again, can be hosted inside of the network, making sure that even the most secure network deployments have orchestration capabilities. FatPipe's approach to the data plane is a pure over-the-top approach. That is, traffic flows from one FatPipe appliance to another FatPipe appliance without having to flow through a FatPipe network in between. This is a much more efficient approach to the data plane than other providers that require you to flow across their network in between sites. With the FatPipe pure over-the-top approach, traffic flows directly across whichever network is most appropriate. That can be a public network, a private MPLS network, or even one of FatPipe's middle mile provider partners that can still give you that enhanced middle mile. Others that require you to go into their cloud gateways to reach that middle mile can induce latency with backhauling to their cloud gateways, as well as create security issues when you have to deal with the data plane flowing across other providers' networks that might not meet your security parameters. So FatPipe's pure over-the-top approach becomes a very efficient way to manage the data plane. FatPipe's MPSec technology enhances security on the data plane as well. With our MPSec technology, we introduce blockchain-level type security, being that we can distribute transmissions across the multiple paths between two different FatPipe appliances. MPSec ensures that all paths are fully utilized and the bandwidth is being maximized. Should one path go down, data is automatically rerouted across another path without having to restart the session or dropping packets. This makes for real-time SD-WAN. All the packets are ordered and sent across the LAN at the receiving end. This eliminates the need to reorder or retransmit out-of-order packets, a problem with other SD-WANs. FatPipe has a much more efficient way to also handle data across the SD-WAN overlay. With FatPipe, application flows, sessions, and even packets can be load balanced across multiple data lines. This means that all of your data lines are used in an active-active fashion. This means that more traffic can flow across your network without having to needlessly duplicate traffic across a line, meaning that you are getting twice the bandwidth of other SD-WAN products. Another way that FatPipe increases efficiency in an SD-WAN overlay is our patented selective encryption. Selective encryption allows FatPipe to only encrypt data streams across paths that require a higher security level. This means that applications that flow across the internet are encrypted, while traffic that flows across the MPLS or a private network is not encrypted. This increases efficiency on a private line by upwards of 40%. One specific application that SD-WAN benefits is unified communications, that is, voice and video over IP. At FatPipe, we're often asked, can FatPipe do anything to help with voice and video over IP? With FatPipe's real-time dynamic SD-WAN, we're able to connect multiple data lines into the data path of voice and video over IP, dynamically shifting call sessions to the appropriate link and sending it to the appropriate path. This is one of the reasons why FatPipe is a trusted solution for many of the world's top call center providers. In fact, FatPipe's voice and video failover is so seamless that you can't even see the failover happen even when examined under an oscilloscope. The graphs above show what happens on an oscilloscope between the sending and receiving during a failover event. Here you see there is no drops, no pauses in the continuity of the voice call. Another reason why FatPipe is a trusted solution is we are able to do this stateful failover without having to duplicate packets across multiple paths. Should one path become degraded or unusable, the calls simply fail over to a usable path. This failover does not require duplicating packets across multiple paths, which makes scaling the solution much easier and more cost-effective. Providers do not have to waste bandwidth on duplicated packets that are simply dropped in normal circumstances. In other solutions, should one path fail, the call may drop or require manual intervention from the agent to continue the call. This creates a major issue when the agent is not allowed to write down customer contact information, or even when the agent has to redial or call the customer back. It reduces customer satisfaction and agent productivity. This is not an issue with FatPipe, as calls automatically flow across available paths. Let us now discuss 6 specific use cases where FatPipe has been able to help customers in managing their wide area networks. Our first use case is hybrid wide area network. That is combining multiple different types of networks, whether they are public networks, such as broadband connections or dedicated fiber connections, or even private networks, MPLS, dedicated point-to-point, fiber, copper, or wireless. FatPipe is able to bring these multiple networks in together and allow customers to simply organize as well as get the optimal usage of their network. FatPipe does this very simply and efficiently, allowing the customer to have that single pane of glass management. Another scenario is for business continuity or disaster recovery applications. Oftentimes, businesses have to have some type of plan for disaster recovery or business continuity. With more applications moving out into the cloud, connectivity into the cloud is a very business-critical need. With FatPipe, we're able to bring multiple data lines in, allowing for a very simple and easy business continuity and disaster recovery plan. Another example is for those customers that require extreme availability. That is, having greater than 5 nines of uptime. With FatPipe, when you take multiple wide area network connections, the probability of all of those lines going down is a fraction of the probability of one of those lines going down. That is, we're able to get greater than 5 nines uptime by combining multiple high available lines. We're finding customers use this when they have applications that require them to be always up, always available, because FatPipe can provide this type of application. Providing for simple WAN management and control. With FatPipe's orchestration, WAN management becomes a single pane of glass to manage. That is, I can push policies and security requirements out to all of my endpoints, allowing them to learn what my organization's applications requirements are. This is all done through a single pane of glass, meaning that we can guarantee that our endpoints are always maintaining the most current, most accurate corporate policies in terms of security and application performance requirements. Increasing point-to-point security is another application that we find customers using FatPipe for. With FatPipe, a single session can be multiplexed across multiple paths between 2 different locations, giving you 9 times the security that you have with a standard VPN. FatPipe's encryption module is FIPS 140-2 certified, which means that FatPipe's security and VPN encryption is compatible with even the most secure government applications. Bandwidth reduction and wide area network optimization. FatPipe has integrated WAN optimization into our platform. This means that you don't have to have dedicated devices to do caching, compression, and protocol optimization. These WAN optimization services can be integrated and licensed into that single FatPipe platform, allowing for consolidation and a single device on the WAN edge to do multiple WAN services. So as you see, FatPipe has a complete solution, providing for an adaptable, dynamic, and scalable solution for the wide area network. FatPipe's solution suite provides a simple way to add WAN optimization, hybrid WAN, SD-WAN, for any type of business continuity or disaster recovery planning, or even for wide area network consolidation. You don't have to just take our word for it. Several analysts consider FatPipe a leading solution in this area, including Gartner, as well as other analysts such as 451 and ZK Research. But it isn't just the analysts that are raving about us. As you can see, we have the highest customer rating on Gartner's Customer Satisfaction Survey. Thank you for taking some time with us. We look forward to hearing from you should you have any other questions about how FatPipe can help you with your wide area network.